Well, at 8:54, we continue with the broadcast this morning and with the month of Ramadan coming up and with all the preparation that is taking place for the month of Ramadan in more ways than one, the spiritual preparation, the physical preparation, the dietary preparations that are taking place. And one aspect that we need to also prepare for and think about as communities are our places of worship. And of late, we've seen a few incidences that have taken place with regard to criminals getting into masajids and holding up the musallis, and also at the same time, just to look at the general safety and the well-being of the community at large during the month of Ramadan. And that is the reason why on this edition of Crime Talk, we are joined by Mohammed Batman Ismail from eThekwini Secure. Mohammed, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As always, Jazakallah and welcome for your time.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Jazakallah again for having us on the show. It's a pleasure.
Yes, Mohammed, just gearing up, preparing for the month of Ramadan, and I'm sure eThekwini Secure, you've had enough experiences in the past, and also with where we are at this point in time, violent society, crime is increasing by the day. Our places of worship are not even safe.
Look, everywhere is not safe, United. We also need to be careful where we do not incite and, where people start getting panicky to say, the masjids and that are going to be hit. But historically, criminals attack places of worship. They do that. And we know there's been incidents in the past where masjids have been attacked by criminals and musallis have been held up at gunpoint and they have been robbed. We've had some incidents now recently, I think in the Benoni area, if I'm not mistaken, and it has happened. So what we have done as eThekwini Secure, we created a space called Ramadan Secure over the last few years. And it's a network spread right across Durban, if not even further, where we now get members to start standing off at masjids, opening the communication channels. We use the Zello channel. We use the WhatsApp groups and report any incident that might be suspicious, where a masjid might be a target or a home might be a target. And you must remember, it's very, very easy for these criminals now to operate because they know how Ramadan works. And what happens is, when we as men go to the masjid for Taraweeh, for example, or even if you're going iftar time, you need to look at it volatile times where the criminals come in and there could be a possible home invasion, there could be a possible target on a masjid. So these things do happen. And that's why, alhamdulillah, the members have come to the fore. And they station themselves outside the masjid. And the other thing you said, spiritual. This is also a spiritual exercise. We must remember in Ramadan, you're doing it for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you're also doing it for the community. So we need to strengthen our ties within the community and within our members who participate, and the volunteers who are there, who are doing a thankless job. And alhamdulillah, we keep the communities as safe as we can. We're not the police. We must remember that. We're just volunteers, we're patrollers, we're CPF members doing the best possible to keep the community safe as we can.
Yes, and also, again, you're talking of community, and this has got to be a community initiative. And we live in communities where we don't only have Muslims, it's not a community that is unique to Muslims, but you've got other members of the community, other denominations, other religious groups that we need to work together with. And I find that in the area that I'm living in, where there is this close bond between the communities, and particularly when we're looking at the month of Ramadan, they are understanding of the fact that, we are committed for going for Taraweeh and all of that during the month of Ramadan, and engaging with them, reaching out to them as well to support the initiative.
Social cohesion is very important, and building community ties is also very, very important. You can't have a community that is divided. So, with the work that we do as eThekwini Secure, I mean, we now, we're specifically calling it Ramadan Secure because that is the project and that is the focus and that is the lane. But as eThekwini Secure, I mean, the work we do, we work with anybody in the community in every single aspect. I mean, there's no definition or distinction between, religious groups or whatever. If there's a church that needs our assistance, absolutely, we will be there and we will help. If anything that's possible, any community-based organization who needs our assistance, we're always available. But we found that Ramadan itself has been a sort of playground for criminals. If you find if there's not an isolated incident where a car is stolen, musallis could be possibly robbed, or a home could be targeted by burglars. So it's multifactorial in terms of what we're looking at in keeping the community safe. So The first thing is to sift through the noise. People at home who don't go for Taraweeh, whether it's housewives or mothers, children, whatever the case might be, should be able to know how to use the communication channels, should be able to know how to use the Zello channel, the WhatsApp groups, and report things uh, as they happen, or even before they happen. If you see a suspicious vehicle, look at the registration, check the number of occupants in that vehicle, the description of the vehicle, and post it on the WhatsApp group, and it will go out to the other members on the various platforms, and they will check these things out. See suspicious people just standing on a corner and talking, report it. Let's get going. It's not just going out and being vigilantes, because we're not vigilantes. We don't do that, and we do not ascribe to that. And we advise everybody, please do not go out acting as vigilantes and standing there brandishing your firearms and doing those kind of things. That's absolutely no go. It's about communication through the channels, reporting it, where we then contact police. Police come out and do what needs to be done. But the community shouldn't live in fear. The more we do things to become active citizens, because a safe community starts with you, and that's what we say is eThekwini secure. If you can't be part, or rather you should be part of a sustainable solution at the end of the day, because we need to reclaim back our places of worship, we need to reclaim back our parks, our roads. We've normalized crime. It's an everyday incident. Oh, something happened here, yeah, okay, it's normal. So the guys got robbed, yeah, okay. It's not normal. We need to break away from that mentality of thinking at the end of the day.
And also, talking about mentality of thinking, there are two issues. One is preparedness, and we need to prepare ourselves well in advance. You speak about communication channels, and there's a lot at our disposal. And it's important as we head towards the month of Ramadan, before we even set into the month of Ramadan, that is communicated very, very clearly. Everybody is aware in terms of what to do, who to contact, so they are fully informed of what to do in the event of any unfortunate incidents that may occur. So that is one aspect. And the other is the physical preparation as well, in terms of securing the places of worship, because that is also extremely important.
Yeah, the sad thing is our discussion seems like we're living in a state of anarchy, that now we the police, and we must always prepare for an incident. That to me is something that we need again to break away from, because somewhere along the line these activities of criminals need to be put to a stop. And the stronger the community is, the greater we can become in our fight against crime. And it's always good to be prepared, but we mustn't do it through a level of fear, because we must do it through empowerment. Because if we do something from a level of fear, then you're just going to live in fear all the time. You can't live in a community where you're fearful of anything that happens, but you need to be empowered to know how to react, how to be proactive, and what to do in any situation that might arise. I mean, you could be going to a supermarket and something can happen, apart from just the masjid, because look, obviously our focus is on Ramadan, and we tend to get a little bit excited when it comes to these things. But take the whole aspect of spirituality, couple it with your empowerment. Give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, pray to Allah to keep our places safe. It is only through His will that we can achieve what we want to achieve at the end of the day, inshallah.
Exactly. In fact, I quite like what you're saying. The thing is, don't look at it from a fear perspective. And yes, we place our complete trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We make dua for the safety of the ummah, for the safety of each and every citizen of this country. And it is not only because it's the month of Ramadan that we need to focus on Muslims. We've got other people, we've got other members of the community to think about as well. And that brings about our concern for humanity and the level of support that we can give. Just in terms of some advices to many, I know that there are many community forums, CPFs. What should they be considering? What should they be thinking about at this point in time?
Look, I think they're all thinking along the same lines and keeping the communities safe, because I mean they've gone through the same process and procedures. I think just networking is very, very important. Empowering the community is important. Telling them the do's and the don'ts, how to react, how not to react. Because we know, as CPF members who've been there for years and years and years. I mean, we're like dinosaurs in this industry, and we need to start empowering the youth. We need to get them involved, and that's a very, very critical aspect, where the youth don't seem to really be grasping onto these issues and factors. There has to be a succession plan. Once we're gone, who's going to be taking over? And again, the thing is, we mustn't work from a point of fear. We need to work from a point of empowerment, and that's I think how we need to move forward. And I mean, there's CPF members, there's other guys out there who are doing wonderful work, and well done to all of you, and we thank you for being part of keeping your community safe. And may Allah bless you all.
I mean, and may Allah bless you as well, Mohammed, and we thank you. We do appreciate it. As always, eThekwini, secure yourself, and just say it, always coming on and talking
Jazakallah.
to us here on Salam Media. All the
Much
best to you as
appreciated.
well, and inshallah, looking forward to the next discussion. But for now, Assalamu alaikum wa
Walaikum salam, and Ramadan Mubarak in advance.
Same to you as well, my brother. Mohammed Batman Ismail from eThekwini Secure. Talking Ramadan Secure this morning. The time is just gone 5 minutes past 9. We're heading for the news. We've got Zahid Jedwood standing by.